Are relationship prenups a good idea?
I say yes. I think that they're a really good idea. I mean, by the time that you get to the point where you don't want to be with each other anymore, you want it to go as smoothly as possible.
I think if you have a prenup or if you have some sort of contract, you're already going into the relationship with an expiration date. You're thinking, I'm gonna break up with you.
I bought myself a car and I put insurance on it. With that way of thinking, you're already thinking that you're gonna have an accident. You're just going down that route. You signing a will, it's just you thinking about death. You can't just think about death like that. Because then, you know, it's going to happen. You have a lot of things that you acquire, you know, a house, a car, accounts, and money coming in. It's preparing yourself to an eventuality that might happen. It's either you're going to make it, either you're not. Prepare yourself.
Yeah, some people might say, well, you know, it's different because, like, death is something that can spontaneously happen to you. Yeah, and sometimes you can spontaneously get divorced. Sometimes people grow out of love and they don't want to be with you anymore. Mm-hmm. That happens. Even if you want to, all the might you have inside of you. Sometimes some girls just don't want to be with you. That happens.
Some guys don't want to be with you either.
This wasn't a prenup, though. This was a contract that he put in front of her, 46 pages, that says, if we're going to break up, you are out the door. Ladies, your strongest weapon is your intuition. If somebody's handing you a contract on day one saying, if it don't work, your ass is out the door, your ass needs to be out the door on day one.
Madame, t'as rien dit. Why?
People say that when they're the ones who are not making the money. You know, if I'm getting involved with somebody like common law, for example, and then they're entitled to some kind of financial, like, understand, my financial contribution is not just my partner. I also have a family to take care of. I got people around me who may rely on me for money. Like, that stuff matters. So when you think you can come in, live with me in a place that I purchased, the place I furnished, or whatever it might be, and then think you can take half of that just after divorce, why? If you are someone of character who's really not in it for the money, right, then that's fine. So sign the contract that we all know. Because guess what? You can say something, but guess what? Things change after a while. Things can sour very fast when breakups are about to happen. People can turn resentful for all kinds of reasons. So you may go in being like, I would never. But how many times people said, I would never, and they did that? When I hear her, I'm just like, bro, I don't buy it. Listen, if I made the money before you got with me, that's mine. That's it. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about this kind of financial split stuff. If we came into this relationship way later when I've already established myself and my finances are straight and soaring, well, what did you contribute to that wealth and that accumulation? Am I crazy to say that?
But then again, even then, when in the court of law, whenever you break up, they're going to tell you that what you brought into the relationship is not necessarily just money. And they're going to take an accountability other things that you bring to the table and other things that you bring to the, if you fix things around the house, it's not your money, but you bring that to the table. That as well. You can't put a price tag on that. Money is easy. It's a sign. It's a dollar. It's a number. It's easy. Boom. That amount of money. Boom. Flip. But it's more than that. Whatever you contribute to the relationship is more than just the money you bring home. It's also everything that you are able to do and to bring to ease the relationship. Cooking, taking care of the kids. A relationship is compromised.
You know, it's a funny thing. I agree. If you go into it with the idea that it's going to end, let me tell you something. I don't know a single person that has a prenup that ain't had to use it.
Including yourself, Steve.
Has the meeting been divorced 3 times?
As a man that got divorced 3 times, yeah. That's a poor argument. Yes. I don't know nobody that had a prenup that didn't have to use it. If they had to use it and had the prenup, it proves they were right. It just proves that they were right. You said things when things go well. When everybody's at ease and when everybody's in love. You don't settling things where people hate each other, that ain't it. That ain't it. You settle it when everybody's in love and everything goes well.
Because listen, even if you go in with the best of intentions, sometimes they fail, right? Steve, Harvey, you're evidence of that. You didn't make no prenups, still failed. Well, I think it's always good to understand that possibility is there. And if that happens, we don't want finances and all that stuff to be a huge burden within that dynamic. So it stands to reason to me that considering marriage is such a contract anyways to begin with, where you're saying this is yours, this is mine, this is already established within the marriage contract, what's the issue with adding more stipulations to that to make sure that every party upon a breakup is going to see that their side ends well? Sounds very reasonable. I don't know.
She said, you're preparing for failure. It's like having a plan B.
Yeah, it's your insurance policy.
Yes.
And what's wrong with that?
Yes, you should have plan Bs. What, do you think you just go into something like, I'm going to make this work no matter what,
That is
even if it kills me? Even like,
That is the dumbest thing I've heard today.
if you didn't have a plan B, Steve, you wouldn't be divorced multiple times. Divorce is a plan B by definition.
Because whenever you marry yourself, it's supposed to be for better or for worse. You're supposed to keep on going. But you chose to opt out. That's a plan B. So I don't even know what the hell is so wrong with a plan B. I remember it was Chris Rock that said that. Insurance is not insurance that nothing is going to happen. It's in case it happen.
Bruh.
It should be called in case it happens. And if it happens, you got an insurance.
Hey, you said you don't see what's wrong with plan B? I bet a lot of women agree. And a lot of dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Busting in them sugar walls raw.
I don't see nothing wrong with a little plan B. I don't see nothing wrong with a little plan B.
Busting in them sugar walls raw.
You're gonna kill me with that. A plan B is ridiculous. If you have a plan B, how can you possibly expect A to work if you don't put your all into A?
Get the out of here.
I mean, they tell you this for most like facets of life. If you're gonna work in finance, right? If you're gonna do investments, you don't put everything in one stock, right? You diversify your portfolio. In case your big one doesn't work out, you can still fall back on other things. This kind of like dumb idea that you only focus on one thing is crazy. Like, yes, put your energy into the one that's the most important, but let's understand things can go wrong. Your partner could die. Your partner could decide to leave you. You can't decide these things. There's things that are outside your control. So it's smart in those circumstances to have a fallback plan.
Just thinking that because you think and you work hard, I'm sorry. I've been a good person, so everything good is gonna happen to me. That's not life. You could be the best person. I know some good motherfuckers, some good people, some great people, great personality, everything. They wouldn't hurt a fly. Happens to them, and pretty hectic stuff too. That's not how life works. That is not how life works. I put all my effort in this relationship, and this is how you thank me. He's not thanking you, or she's not thanking you. It's just things that happen, and it's not working out, and decide to split. Has nothing to do with you work hard or not. You can actually not put any effort in a relationship, and it can still work. Old people that really don't like each other, and they're just there, and they can't stand each other. But they're there. And there's people that can put all the effort, to leave you. It's outside of your control sometimes.
No, real talk. If you don't have a partner, that's your fault. You have not because you asked not.
Did you write it down? You got to write it down. It's written in the scriptures.
He's simping. He's got to. There's 3 women across from him.
And one that disagrees.
Yeah, but the majority of his audience, what do you think they think? Exactly. All right.
You have to go into that relationship 100% committed, not thinking, okay, if it doesn't work out, this is what I'm going to do. You know, if it doesn't work out, then fine. I'm out of here. I don't want any of this. I'll go shopping and buy new furniture.
Right.
Yeah, but that's you. That's what you're saying right now. You don't know how you're gonna feel at that time. You don't know how scared or worried you're gonna be because of financial situations or not being able to live the same lifestyle or whatever it might be. So you can say that now, and it sounds great. And you know what? I really believe that in that moment you believe that, but things change. Do you think people, when they say "till death do us part," they're saying I'm not committed? No, they're 100% into it. But happens. Is it that not the case? You think most people who are getting married are like, I'm not going to last in this? No, most of them really believe they will. But shit happens.
And if it doesn't work out, I hope that you would treat me accordingly. There are plenty of women who have busted their butts for their men. They have put into that relationship. Why is it that after 5, 10 years, a relationship doesn't work? You're going to throw me out of the house? No, I'm keeping the house, the car. I'm keeping everything. Your ass is leaving the house.
Amen.
Women like this is exactly why you need a prenup.
Yup, because she's acting out of anger, not even out of logic.
And I guarantee if you Google her name around, she definitely been divorced. Definitely been divorced.
What's her name?
How many spouses she got?
2.
Man, get this out of here, bro. You know what? No. This is the big... No, bro. This is the big irony of what she said. Peep game. She said, what, you think you're just going to throw me out and then I'm going to have nothing? You think you're just going to let me go? The irony is that most women are the ones who bring divorces to men. So it's not us saying you got to leave. You're the one who's leaving. And then you also think that you're going to get the house and the car and everything else. The audacity.
That's actually...
to make yourself sound like the victim and then also take all the benefits.
That's the numbers. That's the numbers. It's not taking it out. Most...
Man.
In all the relationship, it's women that bring... Mostly women that brings a divorce. That's just a fact.
Stop.
No, exactly. You see this? It's not even the equality or what's right. It's everything for women. That's what it is. Dum.
You know what's crazy? It's crazy how women can get on live television and be this toxic. It's wild. Listen, my stance on this is very simple. If we get married and I made the money before, you're not touching that. After we get married, we go through that whole process, I'm down to support you because you've been part of that process from there on forward. You know, that's how I feel. That's how I'm going to stay feeling. Any kind of relationship or marriage I'm going to get to, I'm going to go with that. And I'm also going to make sure I'm going to be with a partner who's open to that kind of idea because the people I generally date have some level of integrity in that regards and are fine with that, right? They're not after my, so they don't mind signing. It's not a big deal to them, right? So I think in terms of showing commitment, I don't think having a prenup shows that you're not committed. If anything, I think it's an extra form of commitment because it alleviates any of those possible stresses that you have in regards to what may happen in regards to finances. Whether you're a man or a woman who's making a lot more, okay? It just takes that away.
Because you're actually thinking of after, not just the relationship.
The reason why I say this is because, like I said it before, but I got to think about my mom. I got to think about my brother, my sister. Like, I got people I'm taking care of. I can't have you leave and then rob them also of their... No, that's not going to work like that, right? So I have responsibilities. If you want to be with me in this regards and you really believe in this, then just sign it and we're going to work it out. But the idea like, oh, if you make this, that's stupid. That's stupid. Anybody who gets a divorce and acts like there's not a plan B, like, you lying. That's it. Most people recognize that there is a plan B.
That was a potato take.
Yeah.
No. What you need to do is put all your eggs in one basket. Who says that? Who said that ever? And I don't even know how people would think that and think like that. But you know what? De tout pour faire un monde, I guess. You know, you need everything to make anything. So it makes no sense at all. Protect your neck. That's guys and girls. Protect your neck. As she said, if he gives you a contract, you should leave. Guys and girls, if you want him or her to sign a contract and they don't, leave. That's what I say.
Yep. That's how I feel. Marriage is a contract. I don't understand.
It is a contract.
It's like
so you're just adding more specificity to what the contract is. That's it. But
it's a plan B. It's like, yo, if you feel so strong, just stay with your partner. Why you gotta get signing any kind of paper? If y'all believe in it, why do you have to sign the dotted line?
I'm gonna drive my car, but I disconnected the airbags because I'm out of here.
It's stupid.
I'm good. I'm done. Dumbest shit I've heard all day. Wow. Mira cómo mueve, así, morena, mira cómo goza, goza.